Last episode, me and Sky explored the Nether to enter the Brass Age, and I built my perfect Create Mod starter house. This time, we built a Create powered iron farm to supply us with enough iron for all the Create components we could ever need, and I built a huge drill to make resource gathering even easier. But before we get to doing any of that, there's a couple of things we need to do around the starter base, one of them being making it an actual deployer. We went to the Nether to get brass, to make the deployer, and we never made it. So I think it's time we actually do that. And all we need, I believe, will be this brass hand, which is just some pressed brass, which only just get a stack of that. And then split that into 6, sure, and then shove that on the brass. And there we go, we got 6 pressed brass. So I'm going to shove this into the storage, and then deployer, I forget it takes a while. Brass hand. And say again, make me a deployer, and wait for that crap to go in, because it's incredibly slow on those iron drains. Should have just used conveyors, honestly. They're so slow. Alright, boom, deployer. Break this, and there we go, deployer. And we can use this for a couple of things. The main thing is for speed controllers. If I look here, I need a precision mechanism, which is a recipe sequence, which is a pain in the ass to do, but you gotta do it. A couple other things I want to make are these engineer goggles, which basically let you see like how much stress this stuff uses. And I also want to get a wrench, which is just good for picking up create stuff. So let me go ahead, press some gold. And then, okay, it takes so long. Goggles and a wrench. Now we shove this on our head, and we can see how much stress everything takes. And a wrench is just very simple. It's just you can boom, boom, boom. Okay, can you get out of my face, bro? God damn, what are you even doing? Who are you?
Whose horse is that?
Well, we'll have to figure out where that guy came from later, but I think it's time that we get started on this iron farm. Which, of course, first we need to figure out where we're going to put this thing. Now, based off the area, it would make sense to put it up there, I guess, because that's the only other area we kind of have blocked out. But I'm thinking I want to do something else up there, like either storage warehouse or my just regular workshop with like stuff for like other more complicated create contraptions and crap. So I think we might put the iron farm in front of one of these, maybe here or here. And it's probably going to be pretty small, so I think putting it here makes more sense. But I mean, I guess we'll have to do some creative planning maybe. Or we'll just go with the flow. Oh my god, there's a syndical somewhere. I see it on my map. Where'd it go? Where is it? I swear I just saw it on my map. It's over here on the grass area. Hold up, let me see if I can go catch that thing. Nice, another starter added to the ranks. But yeah, I'm thinking we put the iron farm on one of these walls here. But before we do that, we're going to need to get a ton of resources for it. Now, something we can do to make it easier to gather resources is make a drill. And obviously not just one of these, but a ton of these on a contraption. Now, before we do that, obviously we need to craft a ton of drills. And the main thing I'm lacking is andesite casing. So let's use this deployer to make a ton for us. Yo, can you back up, bro? Who are you? 34 drills plus the 4 we already have. I think that's a good start. It's a lot of andesite though. So let's go ahead and throw this thing here and a part assembler. Get some andesite casings on top. And let's put on the drills first so I can figure out everything. Well, we have 3 left over. I will put one down here. Oh no. Like that. There we go. Same, mine's a block in front of it, and then we can have a deployer placing in front of it. One there, which is going to be placing the blocks in front of it. We put that there, and then that one there. We're going to want to be facing that way, right? Yeah. Oh wait, no. They're the wrong way. This one should be lower. So this one should be like this, and this one goes like this. So then this one places blocks beneath it, and this one should place rails on the actual floor. Then we will shove some andesite casings here, a rail here, and then the minecart assembler like that. Now we see the cart underneath, and we're gonna need super glue to glue all this crap together. Actually, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and shove some storage on this thing. Actually, I'm gonna pick up all these. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. I'm gonna pick those all up. I'm gonna put a backpack on it, because I'm pretty sure backpack should work. Let's go ahead and put all these on here. And that, I'm pretty sure it has a lot more storage than just like double chests. Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're gonna be able to hold way more. And we're also gonna shove a seat on here, so I can just sit on it while it goes mining away. So let's get this thing all glued together. Something I actually forgot is I'm gonna need a plow to pick up those rails that it places down. Unless I get, bro, I might just need to make a ton of these. I seem to always need them. Boom, boom, boom. Basically what this does is wherever the rails are placed down, this will actually just pick them up. So now if you put some rail in here, I'm pretty sure just putting coal in the backpacks should power this. I'm not 100% sure. Let's get the lever, do that, and then boom, pick that thing up. Hell yeah. Now let's go ahead and name this thing, Drillber. Hell yeah. Now I think the best way to test this thing out is to head over to Skydew's base and steal her mines. Actually, I might see if she has some amethyst though, so I can make some of these things, growth essences. Because I have no amethyst. And I'm pretty sure her vault is locked, but something we can do is if we get a brass funnel and a list filter, and if we go down her fancy pants elevator and over to her vault, we can go on the list filter and say amethyst, shove a shard in there, funnel filter, yes, boom, amethyst for free. That's a little bit too much that I took though, so let's do that. There we go, free amethyst. Wow, it's so weird that I just found that. Now let's head down to her mining floor so we can test out Drillber. This seems like a good level, so if we throw this thing down, and actually I did forget to set the filters, so I'm going to throw it down like this. Oh, help! What the hell are you doing? Alright, let's set the filters, I forgot. We go rail here. We're going to need a piece of deep slate to set that there. There we go. And maybe it's not a good idea to set it like this. I think I'm going to need some more to actually make a floor real quick. Shove that in there. Then make sure it's locked rotation. Grab our lever. Switch that thing on. Oh, you can't interact with backpacks while it's a thingy. Yeah, that's annoying. I might glue a chest on here for coal and stuff. Yeah, I think I will. We go boom, boom. Alright, let's turn this thing on. And actually I need to place a bit of rail in front of it. Don't worry, it's working. Alright, boom. That just didn't work, did it? Okay, right, well, clearly we have some things we gotta do. First of all, we gotta go ahead and place deep slate here, and go ahead and place that rail back there. Alright. Let's give this thing a slight nudge this time, instead of just going full power straight away. Hey, it works! I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, it is powered. Yeah, so I don't need to fuel it. Hell yeah. Well, this thing's working, so I think we might have to do a little mining montage real quick. Well, I guess that creeper decided we're gonna have an early ending for that mining mission, but whatever. I mean, we're missing a couple drills and chests, but and also andesite casings, but it's whatever. We got everything we wanted. We got all the granite we need for our iron farm, and we got a couple ores. We got 37 diamonds in like a very, very short time. So let's go ahead and let's smelt this iron and gold and start, you know, getting the area prepped. Which is going to be a whole bunch of digging because there's a lot of gravel here, and we're also going to want to fill this hole, which is kind of a suggestive shape. But yeah, we're going to want to get rid of all this gravel and replace it with dirt. Alright, so now that we have a sizable portion of this area terraformed and all replaced with dirt and stuff, including these retaining walls, so they're not just bland old stone bricks anymore, we can actually get started on the iron farm. Now, as you can see with the dirt, I do have an idea for the size of the building that I want to do, and obviously a path leading up to the entrance, but I'm thinking I'm going to do something similar to what I did for my starter base, where it's 2 supply crates like stacked on top of each other. But this time I want to do it a little bit differently. I'm thinking instead of having it be like sideways like that, I'm thinking I just do 2 like in the same sort of direction and just the top one be slightly more to the right. And also I want to have them be a bit more like supply crate like shaped, I guess, using copycat slabs on the side. Now, while we have this area all planned out, I do still need to figure out how I'm going to get the iron from this building into that storage that I have in my base, the storage drawers, which I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that yet. I think for now, I might store it in the building, and then in the future when I have, you know, cars and stuff going around, I might have it then take over there, or I could have it come out like of the side somehow on like a conveyor, then go down and through conveyors under the ground into the storage area. But I guess that's just something I'm gonna have to figure out when we have the building actually, you know, built, and figuring out like where the iron's actually gonna be coming from. But I mean, the only thing left to do now, I guess, is to, you know, play some montage music, start up a live stream, and get to building. Okay, and stream is ended and we have this thing, which I think looks great. We have similar texturing to what we've got going up there, and I think it does look a lot more, you know, supply crate shaped. And I love these vaults out front, dude. I managed to make them off-center by using a, what's it called? A mechanical bearing, I think is what it's called, and then a valve, so you can twist it to be on whatever angle you want it to be, and I think it just looks really good. I think after the iron farm is up and running, I'll definitely be adding more of these around the place. And speaking of the iron farm, the inside of this thing is very empty. All we've got is this vault, a gearbox here, and some stairs to get to the other side. Why can't I? Okay, I hit my head on the lantern. But yeah, that thing's pretty empty. And the reason why is because I need to make something before I can actually get the power started up there. And the thing we need is a speed controller, which we need a precision mechanism for, which is a recipe sequence. So let me grab all the stuff we need to make that thing. So what we do here, we go gold sheet, nugget, cog, I said that completely wrong. Cog, nugget. And we do this multiple times until hopefully... Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, there we go. Precision mechanism. I thought it failed because of the sound. I don't know why I made that sound. Then we go ahead, we get a brass casing. Then we put these together and we get a precision speed controller. Oh yeah. And then if we come inside the bottom part of this building, we have a bunch of water wheels in here. And if we shove our speed controller here, and we just actually speed this thing up, so let's go down here. 256. And does that get power to it? No, we need to put a gearbox in. We need to put a gearbox. I forgot. Let's come around here and do 1, 2, 3. We shove the speed controller there, the cog on there. Let's actually pick this thing up. 256. There we go. Boom. Now it's all moving at max speed. So now we actually have power up here. If we go into my magic backpack, we have a ton of the stuff that we need for this. And I think let's start with the belts, which if I go here to here, and then a shaft there, all the way down over to the vault, and then shove a belt going across it. There we go. And then, so all our mining stuff and actually turning the cobblestone into gravel will be here. So let's go ahead, let's place all of the millstones here, and the drills here, I think. Actually, no, let's do it on the other side. I think the other side makes more sense. And then we're going to want to shove our fans in here, which I'll put there. Oh, oops. I put 2 here because I'm pretty sure if we put water here and it blows in, I think it will also wash the stuff on the belt. I'm not 100% sure, but it's better to put it there just in case instead of just not having it there at all. So now we're going to want to get all this stuff powered. So if we do a gearbox here that powers that. More of my shafts, so they are. Then, in case chain drives to power these, maybe? Actually, no, in case chain drives won't work there. So I think we'll have to just do gearboxes. And then power the other level with just another layer of this. And we can come around here, we can do it in case chain drives up the side. And then we flip the in case chain drives up here. Power the drills. One more. Oh, ow, Jesus. I'm pretty sure that's all the power we need. And the fans are blowing the correct way. And to power these belts, if we just do this, that'll power it that way. And 2 gearboxes there will power the other one. Yes. And if we just take all the power from this and throw down some temporary blocks. Oh, I didn't mean to put that one there. We can put copycat boards around everything. And then we can waterlog all of these drills and also put lava up in the top. And then that should make us our stone. As it slowly goes across. Yes, we have the stone. So now we have the stone being generated. We can shove all the funnels here and a water bucket here. When the cobblestone gets mined by the drills, the millstones will mill it up, and then it will come out here as gravel, go across, and get washed into nuggets and flint. But obviously, we don't want the flint and nuggets going into this vault here. We want just iron in here. So if we shove a drawer, let's say here, I'll collect the flint and the iron. So you just need funnels on that. And if we put a brass funnel on here, there are some shafts. We can go like this to get these belts connected. We can have a funnel coming off here for flint, which I can't do yet because I need to assign the things. And then if we go ahead and we put a drawer here, that'll compact all the nuggets that we get from here into ingots. And we can show a funnel coming off there, and then boom, and that goes into the vault. And if we come up here and we go ahead and we get these things back their power, everything should start and everything should be working, hopefully. Oh, well, no, I forgot. Oh, well, shit. Wait. Turn off. Turn off. No. There. Wait, I could have just flip all these back around. There we go. Jesus. Alright, this time let's actually set that to flint and gravel. There we go. Actually, I want to get one of these and I want to filter it. Now we lock and quantify that. And this is, yeah, this is filtered for nuggets. Let's go ahead, let's place back in this belt that I broke out of fear. And now everything should be working. I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead, let's flip this back around and actually see if it will actually, wait, I should set these to exactly 16. And for some reason there's already flint on there, I don't know why. That is kind of weird, but all of this seems to be working. We just need to wait for the stuff to get washed. Yeah, something just got washed and it went through. And, oh, I forgot to lock and quantify these. Boom, boom. And we already have 3 nuggets. Now we're going to want to take one of those and go funnel and filter. And now that we actually have this thing going, we can shove our drawer there. I'm actually going to break this. Now I can do that and set it to flint. I don't have a single piece of flint on me. There we go. Set that for flint and then put the belt back on here. Put that there. And there we go. We have all our flints in this one. So the last thing we need to finally complete this iron farm is some storage drawer upgrades. Now, from what I can remember, these things are fairly easy to make. If you look here, yeah, it's literally just sticks, the upgrade template, and some ingots. Ooh, we have to make drawers for them. I don't think I have any wood. Alright, well, let's just see how many I can make of the diamond upgrades. 2. Wow! Alright, well, I guess I'll put those on the iron, maybe? While we're at it, how much does a void upgrade cost? Where is that? Here it is. It costs obsidian, which I have. I don't have any upgrade templates because I don't have any wood, because I don't have any chests. Alright, well, I put some chests and some slabs in there, so let's go ahead and make as many storage drawers as we can. And that is 11. Hey, that's not bad. To be fair, that's enough to make 11 upgrades. So now all we do is we right click this with that, so then any excess flint that comes in here, instead of just sitting on this belt, will simply just get voided off. And now we shove a bunch of iron upgrades in here. There we go. We can hold 57,000 iron, which I'm sure is an amount this drawer will never get up to. But just in case. The last thing we're going to do with this episode is make a couple of these growth essences and actually make our Snorlax a bit bigger. So let's grab him out of the box. And then boom. I'd say that's probably big enough. Now if we shove him back out here. There we go. He's a much more reasonable size for talking to now. And now that we have this lovely little iron farm built up, I think it's time we call it a day for this episode. Let me know in the comments what you think of this build, because I am quite a fan of it. I do love the way these little vaults look. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. See ya!